Miss Bosher.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Do you have a little bit of time to talk about your student, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So, while we know that cochlear implants provide children who have a hearing loss with the access to their auditory environment, we also know that implants typically are not enough to help a child in a listening situation with a background noise or bad acoustics like classrooms usually have, or when trying to communicate with someone at a distance like in a classroom. So we know that a student's social skills and academic achievement is based upon their ability to hear. So currently, for Brandon, listening to instructions and participating in class discussions and any other listening-based activity that goes on in class requires an increased amount of effort for Brandon than it does for his peers who hear typically. So this can be tiring and distracting and sometimes frustrating for Brandon. So it's important that we figure out something that we can do to help him. So one way that I was thinking maybe we could think about preferential seating for Brandon. So sitting him away from something that's noisy like the air conditioner or the computer monitor. Also preferential seating where he is able to see your face while you're speaking. That can also help him just so he can see your facial expressions and facial cues and use those to help him comprehend what you're saying. And then so just for you to think about, maybe when you're speaking, try not to do it while you're writing on the board. Just make sure that you're always facing the class whenever you're giving instructions. In addition, we can try to reduce the classroom distractions, so the auditory distractions or just the visual distractions, to help Brandon really focus on hearing what's going on around him. And finally, have you ever heard of an FM system?
No, I have not.
So they're really easy and they've been proven to really help the students with the hearing impaired or a cochlear implant or just a hearing aid. It's really simple. All you would do is wear a small microphone attached to your shirt close to your mouth, and then Brandon is able to get the sound straight directly to his cochlear implant. So it minimizes all the background noise around him. And it's small, easily transportable, super easy, and you would be able to move freely around the room like you would typically, and you would just carry on as you would without the FM. It's something so simple can bring the sound closer to Brandon and help him overcome the certain factors that compromise his hearing, such as background noise, distance from the speaker, or poor room acoustics. And also it can help Brandon really focus on the content in class rather than the sound distractions around him. And then finally, using an FM system, some pros for you is that it can reduce the high vocal strain that you might experience while teaching Brandon when you're trying to project your voice for him to hear. And it also decreases the need of frequency of repetitions. So that'd be good for you too. So it's definitely worth a shot. I know that a bunch of teachers have used them. They were a little weary about implementing them at first, but then as soon as they did and they saw the benefits that they had, they wish that they'd done it sooner.
Yeah.
So just something to consider.
I'll definitely try it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
No problem. Thank you.